Welcome to istudyroom.com How to Study podcast series. I am Dr. Fidal Faudin. One of the common question I often get from students is, I lost a lot of time wasting. I didn't study for several months. So I have only a couple of months left. So is it possible for me to study from now onwards and get good results? So in order to answer these questions, you should understand certain basics. Our life is something like the seasons. Sometimes you have a summer and sometimes a winter. Sometimes you might have a thunderstorm and sometimes there could be a disaster like tsunami. So that's how our life works. When you are studying, you will be having certain periods like a summer or an autumn, a fantastic productive periods in which you studied a lot. Likewise, in certain periods, like a thunderstorm or tsunami, there will be a period of time that you felt demotivated, you were ill, or you had some family issues or something like that, in which you wasted a lot of time. So that is something quite normal. So that happens to everyone. Once in a while, you lose motivation, and following that, what happens is you think that I have lost around, let's say, 2 weeks I didn't study, or I didn't study for past 1 month. And you get demotivated by just thinking that thought that I didn't study for a very long time, so I'm not going to get good results. Just understand that that is something totally normal. Everyone goes through that phase. Okay, if I had a chronic headache when I was doing my A levels, so because of that headache, I had to suffer and sometimes I couldn't study. The thing is, we have a thing called cognitive bias. Our mind always look at the negative things in a different way. Let's say you got a little bit less marks in your exam. So rather than focusing on 70 marks, you might be focusing on the 30 marks you lost. Or let's say you had a conversation with someone. So when you have a conversation with someone, if you told something, a negative thing, then your mind will be only focusing on that negative part. So that is a cognitive bias. The way you should think, the way you should approach this problem is, at this moment, you don't have control over your past. You can't change anything about your past. You have control on your present and your future. So rather than focusing on the past, just focus on your present and future. Having couple of months time, let's say 10 months is more than enough for you to study and plan your studies. Working hard and working smart is both needed to succeed in your advanced levels. So just follow the basics. Rather than just cramming the studies, focus on what is important. Get advices from someone who already succeeded rather than testing your own hypothesis. So far what I have seen, a lot of students, though they get good results in their O levels, they don't succeed in their A levels because they create their own hypothesis of success. They think that if they do certain things, they might succeed in getting good results in A levels. So A level is a totally different ball game. If you want to get good results in A levels, then you have to work properly and follow what most students do to get good results. So having someone to get advice from is really important. Do past papers, and from the beginning, don't demotivate yourself. Don't give up. Becoming fed up and becoming demotivated is something usual. Giving up is something totally different. So giving up is something eternal. Fed up is something temporary. So from now onwards, work hard. Focus on most important and most relevant things. Do past paper as much as possible. Do it so many times so that you become so very familiar with the past paper questions, so that in your next exam you will be able to predict your questions. So that's how I would approach to this problem. Thank you very much.